So I just finished a distance session, which I really didn't think was going to do anything. I didn't really understand how without like being present together, any physical contact, nothing of that sort. I kind of didn't have high expectations, but was hoping at the very least I would get a really good like relaxation, meditation experience out of it. I've read some things that other people said about their experiences, and I was like, cool, maybe some tingly, good feeling type stuff. But the preparation email just set an intention, like you'll accept anything, as an example, ready to accept anything from the session that happens. And so I decided that I was not going to be skeptical, and I was just going to be open, because why not? And at first I was kind of like, nothing's happening. It's a nice meditation, but I had to like keep guiding my thoughts back away from this thought that nothing was really going on. Like, was Mackenzie even actually doing this from her end, or was she like sitting on the couch watching TV and eating potato chips? Because I wouldn't know. And then probably about halfway through, I just really knew, like, no, she's here. This is working. Something is happening. And I got like a very hot, burning, not good feeling in my throat. And it was almost like I was out of breath, but it was hot and hurting. And I needed to open my mouth. So I did. And I thought that was kind of weird. And I felt like a release through like the top of my head, kind of almost like someone was like pulling a string. I don't know. It was super weird. And I was like, oh, okay, these must be like those funky little sensations, that people talk about that they experience during these sessions. So I was kind of like, okay, let's lean into this a little further, really pay attention. Like, is my throat still hurting? What about the rest of my body? And I kind of sank into a very calm, like unfeeling, like a trance, very, deep, like meditative. I don't, if you meditate, you've probably felt it before, where you just don't really feel any sensations, and that's really like my favorite place to get to, even though you don't with every meditation or session that you have. But I was really starting to feel very relaxed, and I can't even really put it into words, but and then all of a sudden things got very strange, amazing but strange. And I just felt like a separation. I can't stop crying about it. I don't know. This just ended like 40 minutes ago, but it was just so beautiful. Like, I literally I felt a separation of my soul and my body. I could feel them separating. I could feel my soul was lifting, It was lifting from my body, and it was kind of hovering above my body, and I was so strongly aware that my soul and my body are two completely different things. And my soul it's happy, and it's light, and it's young, and it's warm, and it's shimmery, and it's gold. It's just it's beautiful, and it's free, so free. And I was completely aware that that is how my soul is supposed to feel, free and separate and released. Maybe when it's, not attached to a body. I was very, very aware that my body was cold and really heavy. It's so heavy to be like inside a body. I was so aware of this freedom and relief, of a soul without a body, and how light it feels, how it could just like travel. I don't know, it's hard to explain. And my body, I was aware of it still, and it was freezing. I was shivering. It was cold, but I didn't really care because my soul was so warm and light and free. And I don't know. It was very strange. It was very cool. And I just was super, super aware of the fact that my body is temporary, and separate. And I kept feeling like I just wanted to separate further. And at the same time, my soul was kind of like, no, like, no, we're not, no, that's not what's happening here. Like, almost like, oh, just, saying hi, reminding you that I'm here. And like, I didn't want it to end, but I could feel after a couple minutes my soul kind of like literally pulling, or pushing, actually pushing back into my body. And I was like innately aware of this separation was about to be over, and I was going to sink back into my body, and my soul and my body were going to be together again. And it wasn't a bad thing at all. It was a really cool thing. It was a great thing, even though part of me really didn't want it to happen. The other part of me was very aware that it had to happen, and it was going to happen, and it was going to be great. And there was like some resistance, and then we were together again, and it felt great, and I wasn't cold anymore, and my body was kind of tingling, but still very weightless and floaty and beautiful. And I just really didn't want to move yet, because I knew that once I moved, it was really over. And I don't know, like my soul was like really locked back in. So I just kind of laid there for probably 15 minutes or so afterward, just not really wanting to move, just kind of just absorbing everything that had just happened and thinking through it. And then I was like, well, I should probably write this down and be able to refer, back to it. But it was much more intense of an experience than I would have ever imagined. And it was great, and I feel really good now. And before this started, I was very stressed. the holidays, and I'm a student, and I have a very demanding job, and I'm married, and I have 2 kids, and there's a lot on my plate all the time. And I was really kind of stressed about it before, and now I'm just painfully aware that it doesn't really matter at all, because things are great, no matter what. You know, my soul and probably your soul, they're happy, and they're light, and they're free, and they just get kind of buried. They get stuck under all of this stuff that we put on top of them that's all very worldly and bodily. And I think sometimes our souls just want us to know that inside they're free, and don't let go of that. And then of course I get my follow-up email, and it tells me my throat chakra was blocked. My throat was on fire, throbbing and hot, so hot, and I had to open my mouth, and as soon as I did, I felt this release through the top of my head. So I'm sure that doesn't mean nothing. And what really got me, I really started just crying and shaking at the end of this email, because Mackenzie pulls a card, and the picture on this card, this pulling back the veil card that I happened to get, there's this gold shimmery image, I guess, behind the veil that this person is pulling back. And that is, I wrote pages after this session about everything I experienced, and over and over and over again I just kept describing my soul as gold and shimmery and free and released and floating. And of course then I get this picture, and it's practically an illustration of that feeling. So safe to say that you can absolutely connect from however many hundreds of miles apart Mackenzie and I are. And it can be extremely strong if you just open yourself, I guess, and let it be strong. And I felt really, really great. So I can't wait to do it again. Maybe I'll go cry some more. I don't really know. But yeah, it was incredible.